It's a cool, rainy Wednesday afternoon that we find ourselves in the bison paddock at Wanuskewin Heritage Park. The rain is a constant patter on the top of bison manager Craig Thoms' truck. He says the rain is actually welcome to the bison, who have yet to shed their winter coats.
Instead of chewing their cuds, they were like panting because a bunch of them still haven't completely shedded yet. So they just get so hot.
After entering a few locked gates, we drive through the plains towards a group of bison nestled in the grass. Thoms cuts the engine. It's here that we see a few of the 10 newborn calves from this past spring, the largest number born on Wanuskewin land since the bison were reintroduced back in 2019. The calves go from running and playing with other calves to nursing with mom to hiding from us behind the adult members of the herd. In fact, bison are one of only a handful of animals that celebrate the birth of a new calf.
After like half an hour or so after birth, they'll start running. But prior to that, they all get in there to guard that calf, get that calf standing, get it going, get it up nursing.
And even though 10 new calves is very exciting news in itself, there's more to this story. Since being reintroduced to their ancestral lands in 2019, the herd has grown to 43 bison. It started with 6 bison from Grasslands National Park being delivered to Wanuskewin with the help from Parks Canada. For the first time in 150 years, bison hooves touched the land once again. The 6 bison were all female, including one 6-month-old calf. 10 days later, another 5 bison from Yellowstone National Park arrived at Wanuskewin. 4 of them are pregnant, and 1 is a male bull, who will end up fathering most of the calves produced so far in 2024. Park elder and cultural advisor Mary Lee was on site the day the bison were reintroduced to the land.
You feel that completeness, that everything's here now. Now it's up to us to share those teachings with the people that come here.
3 of those 4 pregnant bison will end up giving birth on very auspicious days.
The first was born on Earth Day. The second was born on May 5th, which is a commemorative day for missing and murdered Indigenous women. And then the 4th was born on Mother's Day. So that first crop of bison that we had, it was just incredible.
That's Andrew McDonald, the Director of Marketing and Communications for Wanuskewin. He fills us in on the incredible birthing stories while we sit in one of Wanuskewin's telling circles in a room that was opened the day the bison were reintroduced to the land.
The second year that we had babies born here, the last one of the season was born very late. It was actually born on September 30th, which is Orange Shirt Day. For a baby to be born that late is unusual, and certainly to be born on that day, this is something else.
This doesn't surprise Elder Mary Lee, who says the bison will continue producing calves now that they're back on their ancestral lands.
They brought us that teaching back to this area.
The final piece of this mysterious puzzle comes during Governor General Mary Simon's visit to the park in late April of this year. After touring the site and answering questions from students, Simon heads out to visit the bison with Dr. Ernie Walker, chief archaeologist and Wanuskewin's co-founder.
While she was out watching the bison, a baby was being born. And we know that because as she left and she's driving out of the park, our bison manager jumps in his truck and he goes out to check on the bison, and there is a freshly born baby, can barely walk.
According to the bison manager, bison are very independent animals. Staff don't interfere with births and usually find out a birth has happened after the fact.
They fend for themselves and have adopted or adapted to the land for the last 100,000 years. They don't need the care, the tending to, the daily interaction that other livestock do.
So what do all these special birth dates mean? For Elder Mary Lee, it means that future generations will continue to benefit from the traditional knowledge of these lands, with a growing bison population finally flourishing where they belong.
It was up to us to do that awakening of bringing the bison back, to reteach what was left for us to remember, so our next generations to come will understand why.
At Wanuskewin Heritage Park, I'm Alex Brown, 650 CKOM.